it's different. It's, there's a different focus every time. And occasionally I just like to sort of ground this so that you have a sense, besides breathing earth Qigong, which is what this is. There are many, many, many different forms of Qigong and many teachers throughout the ages. And most, well, I should say, all classes and workshops and retreats that I've ever participated in have been taught in a certain way, which is not the way I teach. But I'm going to do it today, just so you have a sense of it. And that is sequential. So there are many what they call Qigong forms, which are choreographed. And so there may be an 18 form Qigong or a 10 form Qigong or different lengths, and they're taught in a certain progression. Uh, and the wonderful thing about recording this is that if you like this form and you want to review it, you can just go back and do it again with a video. So this will be a 10 stage form from a teacher who I learned from many years ago at the Taiji Center, who taught something called Sheng Zhen Wuji Wonggong. Um, Teacher Lee was his name, and it's wonderful. So rather than sort of being on a theme tonight, usually a theme from the Dharma, the Buddhist Dharma, or from the Taoist canons. This will be a more traditional um, uh, series of movements. And then just so for those of you who are new, we usually end the class with sitting meditation. So you'll want to have something to sit on um, for the last 10 or 15 minutes, whatever it is, either a cushion or a stool or something. Or you can remain standing if you prefer that. That's fine too. Okay, so is that clear? Any questions about that? All right. Uh, well, okay. So let's begin. Oops. Let me put this on speaker for the video. There we go. So let's just together, let's just come into the space and into the stillness in the body, the posture. And just, if you would, just notice how the body is resting into the posture. So it is, if the body's tight somewhere, or don't feel that you have to assume and maintain this posture. So you can go ahead and do what you need to do to sort of allow the body to allow the muscles to relax and just be held up by the skeleton. Uh, it's not only the skeleton, but the vertical quality. Okay, and so we reinforce this with the mind, with the attention, and we do that through the sense of touch. So we'll just feel the feet on the floor. And if you like, you can just sort of bring the attention slowly up the body. And as the attention moves up the body responds. by relaxing a little bit as it goes up. So we're relaxing into the posture, which is upright. Okay. Okay, and so the in-breath, with the in-breath, we come into being. The Buddhists call this being and non-being. So the in-breath, we come into being, we wake up, we straighten up, we lift up, we feel this uplift. Okay, and then with the out-breath, we let go, we relax. The movement is down. And the sense is of non-being, and that just means really just wholeness. There's nobody directing this. Okay, so the in-breath, very intentional, rising us up, straightening us up, attention to the posture, and so on, and extend that way up. You can extend the attention up beyond the body, way up. Out breath is a letting go as it goes down, and just kind of a merging of the attention with the body and with the earth. So with the in breath, there's this rising sort of energy of birth, and with the out breath, there's this relaxing, letting go energy of death. And so every breath is a life. And that's revealed in the stance that's vertical but not rigid, that's upright and relaxed but not slumping. Okay. So all of Qigong is a blending of body, breath, and mind. Okay. Okay, very good. All right. Well, let's go ahead now and bow to the 7 directions. So these are the 4 cardinal compass points, and then up, down, and then the 7th is within the body. Okay. So we start by facing east, or whichever, if you don't know which way is east, that's okay. Okay. Now dip the knees just a little bit, come up. So we're just going to bow to the east. Okay, shift the weight, step around, and facing the south. With the out breath, we bow down. In breath, we come up. Shift the weight, step around. Out breath, we go down. In breath, come up. Okay, and shift the weight, step around. Okay, next out breath, we'll go down to the north. Shift and step around. And then finally, then dip the knees, send the hands up. Okay, we feel the arms stretching up. We feel the fingers pointing and we extend our attention beyond the body, up through the top of the head, out the hands, way, way, way up. Look up, extend. Okay, very good. Out breath. And then just bending the waist, bending the knees. Okay, with the out breath, extend the attention down. Keep the weight even on the feet. And then coming up. And the last one is one hand over the lower dantian, the other over the middle dantian. Within seventh direction. So this practice is harmonizing the internal awareness, the internal organs and so on, with the environment. So, and we're aware that the aliveness in the body is not separate from the aliveness in the environment. It's the same. Okay, very good. And then return to standing mountain. All right. And now just check in. How's your stance now? Check in with the breath. Okay. Very good. Go ahead and break your stance if you want to. And let's go into trembling mountain. And go ahead and improvise however you would like to, as long as your feet remain rooted. And this is releasing. So the intention here is to feel the body releasing. And you can visualize this if you like as, unneeded skin cells or anything else, sort of flaking off, dropping off, letting go. So we're noticing the sensations in the body because there's so much movement, and then we notice also the state of the mind. So when the mind tends to quiet down, become more spacious, and if the mind is still, if thoughts are still appearing, then increase the intensity of the practice. Now you can do this at any rate that it feels right. You can do it very slowly, or you can do it very rapidly. And of course, we're noticing the breath. The body, the breath, and the mind. Okay, let's go ahead and increase the intensity a little more. Okay, and increase even more now as we come to the end. All right, let's all stop together on the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Out breath. Let the shoulders relax. And so the intense tingling sensations on the skin and inside the body, this is qi. This is how we physically feel qi. This is one way. Also the heat. And qi is really just, it's just the aliveness, quality of aliveness in the body. The body, mind. Okay. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, let's go into 3 backwashes. So just placing attention at the crown of the head. Let the chin come down, and then slowly bend. Let the arms be heavy. And we'll bring our attention to the spaces between the vertebrae, opening the spine, opening, and then just hanging upside down. You can twist a little bit if you want to stretch the side muscles. Just letting the spine be very open. Okay. And then let's come back up slowly, bringing the attention up the spine. And just as we're going to raise the chin, then we start with the hands pointing to the center line of the body, continuing up. So we're pointing up the head and then pointing up into the sky, and then out breath, so coming down, tree in spring, pointing to the earth, pointing to the body. So this is the sap rising up the tree in the spring, being expressed in the branches and the leaves, and then beyond, connecting with the light. And 2. Okay, and 1 more. In breath coming up. Body's lighting up as the hands point. Look up, eyes follow the hands. Out breath. Okay, we'll do 2 more backwashes, each with 3 tree and spring. So at your own pace. Okay, and then when you're ready, the last series. Okay, and when you're done, just ease into the standing meditation posture. Um, move, move your body a little bit if you need to, so that you're comfortable standing. Okay, okay, very good. Well, let's go into now to this 10-part um, series, which is called A Return to Spring. And most of these um, movements will already be familiar, because if you've been practicing with me for a while, because we do them in other contexts, but this is how they're put together in this particular series. Okay, so first one, boat rowing in the stream of air. So it's like this. So it begins with an out breath, in breath. Hands go behind the body, fold down, out breath, in breath. We're going into a posture like someone who's about to start a swimming race and they're getting ready to dive in the water. So that's with the body. So boat rowing in the stream of air. So out breath when you fold, in breath when you come up. It is very much like swimming in warm turquoise water. So this is the beginning is with the lower dantian. So we're circulating from the belly. And this is a front to back movement. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay, very good. All right, next one to balance is side to side. So this is called traveling eastward over the sea. It just begins like this. We're shifting and turning. You can let your heel come up if you want to. And we're lifting the shoulder in the direction we're turning. Just lifting the shoulder. Okay. And then there's the hands are having a little conversation here too. So now we're going to turn the waist, shift the weight a little more vigorously. And so the arms are naturally going to be sort of expressed outward. Turning the body, shifting the weight, and letting the arms express that weight shift. And of course, you're doing this with your breath. And your eyes are watching your hands. The palms are opposite each other. So this is a balancing, or really almost a merging of left and right. This Qigong is all about balancing yin and yang, front and back, left and right, up and down. Okay, and let's reduce. Just slowly let the movements reduce on their own. And then touch into standing mountain for a moment. Just check the breath and the posture. Okay, a lot is practiced and discussed with the lower and middle dantians, and that's what we've been working with till now. So the next one, um, it's just called moving chi to the head. It's not very poetic, but it's almost more of a posture. So we'll do this 3 times. So since we're going to go up, we start by going down. And so dip the knees. So we're going to gather the chi. And your hands can either be touching or just slightly apart. And we're going to arch the back. Watch the hands come up. You'll see the space between the thumbs. Watch the hands. Okay, let go. And then as your back is arched, we're just going to touch that space between the thumbs to the forehead. And we're going to hold this posture. So this is aligning the light of the stars through the forehead, down through the body, arching the back. So you hold this posture as long as you want to. So we'll let this go now. So straighten up again, and then the hands just simply come back down and back to standing mountain. So standing mountain, hands are directing our attention down and down, beyond the body and down into the earth. So we'll repeat raising chi to the upper dantian, moving chi to the head. So first drop the attention as you bend the knees, drop it way down into the earth. Place your hands close to each other or touching. Connect with that energy below, and then as your hands come up, we're going to watch them. They're going on their own. Arch the back, just relax. And when the hands touch the forehead, they're open. They touch the forehead together, but the other part of the hands are open. And so we're visualizing the light of the universe coming down through the hands into the forehead and down, lighting up the two dantians below and the whole body and down into the earth. So this is a meditation posture, balancing heaven and earth. So, as I said, you can maintain this posture as long as it's useful. It can be very relaxing. And with the in-breath, we breathe the light down into the lungs. Out-breath, continue, breathe it down down through the body into the earth. Maybe smile a little bit. Okay, one more breath. Okay, and then we just simply straighten up, let the hands come back down. Come back to standing mountain. Okay, and we're going to do the last one more. So dipping the knees, pointing down, palms together, hands come up. Filling the body with the light of the stars. Touching heaven, touching earth. Just relax into this posture. Okay, let's take one more breath. Okay, so the progression, you're going to the fourth movement. So we've been focused down, been focused boat rowing with the belly, and then the traveling eastward was the middle dantian, and moving chi to the head. So the whole body has been awakened. Okay, and then this next one. This is just a practice of expelling. It's dragon swims over the sea, but it's expelling unneeded chi. And I'll just demonstrate. There's the simplest way to do this move is just by doing this. But the most profound way is to dip the knees, let the hands go back like boat rowing, and come up. So in breath, out breath. Okay, so we'll just repeat that. And the way this is taught is we empty the lungs. So we take multiple out breaths. Okay, don't overdo it. You might faint. Okay, so here we go. So down, so inhale, exhale. Inhale. Now we don't want to do this too much. We don't want you to get lightheaded. But this is very useful for all of us. So some version between just this and then the full what we just did is very useful when you'd like to release something. Let's say you had an interaction with someone that was somewhat toxic, and you just want to release it. And this is the whole body letting go. If the whole body releases it, participates in that, the mind believes it, and then we are much more able to release it. So so that's expelling unhealthy chi. Okay. Um, the next one is another posture, and the Reader's Digest title is just gazing at the moon. So what we're going to do is this is a left and right. Um, this is a left and right movement. So we're going to let's just hold this posture. So let's just do it to one side. And one hand is going to be above the crown of the head. The other hand is going to be out. And the gaze is between the index finger and the thumb. And we're gazing at the full moon. Okay, so this is up at eye level. Okay, so we're gazing at the full moon. Okay, that's the posture. But how you get there, so yeah, so there's kind of a wind up, and you just throw the hand out and throw the other one up. Okay, and again, this is a posture. The posture is what's important. Getting to it is not as important. Um, and so this is if you can do this outdoors with the full moon, that's great. Otherwise, it's a similar thing. We're imagining that the light of the sun, the moon, the stars coming into the head, the forehead, and being contained by this upper hand. So this is left and right. So the first one we did was straight up. So this is to the left. And then this is a position this is a meditation position. So you just hold this. It's more difficult. So you just relax the shoulders. Breathe in the moonlight into the eyes, into the forehead. Breathe it down the body. Okay, one more breath. Okay, and then just return to standing. Okay. And now the other side. If you're indoors or something, it's fine to close your eyes and just visualize that. So this is balancing left and right, and also internal and external, the body and the moon. So again, a meditation posture. Let's take one more breath. And just touch into standing mountain for a moment. Okay, next one, twirling moonlight above the head. So dip the knees, come up. Now this is also called the sky cone. So this is the position. We're sort of making a cone. The point of the cone is down in the belly. The palms are facing each other. Okay, and then just holding this, we're going to turn to the right, lift up the heel, come back, turn to the left, stretch. Okay, so we brought in the light of the sun, the moon, the stars, and now we're expressing that around the body. So twirling moonlight over the head. So it's as if we're moving in this light, this white light, this sort of fog. And this is an indication of the dissolving of the boundary between the inside of the body and what's outside the body. This is very joyous. So you just out with the moonlight. Okay, let's just do a little more, reduce the movement. And return to standing mountain. Okay, that's very out there. That's about as out there as this gets. So now the next one is bringing us back into the body. This is called Old Man Strokes His Beard. So it's just, it actually begins with the hand is higher than the beard, but it is the beard. And so you turn in the direction of whatever hand is coming. And we're really just sort of smoothing down all three of these dantians that we've been working with and bringing that external into the body. Old man strokes his beard. With your breath. Okay, very good. Let's reduce the movements. Okay. And next one. Overlooking the ocean. This is very happy. And the visualization here is that you are on a platform or a tower, something that's very high, and you're overlooking the sea for a long distance. Okay? Just do one more on each side. Okay, and then we're kind of putting our hands on the railing and peering over, and we're looking at the whole world. We're looking at the planet. Very good. Okay, let's take an in-breath, bring the hands up. Lotus flower through the mountain. So we're going to bring the hands toward us. Lotus flower goes through the mountain. So the life force energy, the chi, is as delicate as a lotus, but it moves through the body as if it were a mountain, effortlessly. And this is one of the moves where it's actually taught you can do this very fast if you want to. Teacher Lee used to do this very, very fast. So, or you can do it slowly. Okay, let's just do one more. And then just hands on the lower dantian. And just to conclude this, just do flying crane just a couple times. Okay, and return to mountain. Okay, so you can continue standing if you like, or bring up your stool. If you'd like the Taoist mudra, so fingers touching the thumb and then placed on the knees. And just relax into this upright posture. Body, breath, and mind in harmony. And now, if you like, you can choose any of those movements, any of the movements we've done, and remember them, go through them again as if you were doing them. And let the body feel that. And organize the memory with the breath. This is called moving in stillness. Teacher Lee says that after you've practiced for a while, 80% of Qigong is in stillness. Using the breath and the mind, we can repeat or embellish any of these movements through body memory and do so in stillness. If thoughts appear in the mind, just gently bring the attention into the body, into the breath, or into the spaciousness surrounding the thoughts. Let's take a few more breaths. And then just gently, if you like, you can move your body a little bit. Move your fingers and toes. Okay. And so let's do our closing movement. So on the count of 3, we'll clap our hands one time. 1, 2, 3. Make heat. And now go ahead and massage your face. You can do the eye sockets, the temples, the forehead, the scalp, the jaw, anywhere that you'd like to just gently massage the face. And tug on your ears a little bit. Right, and then wiping down the upper body. And then finally making loose fists. Reach around the back, tap the kidneys. Then massage the kidneys. Okay, well, thank you so much for your presence. Thank you for your practice. It benefits not only you, but those in your circle and those beyond. And if you would like now to exit the Zoom, please do that. If you'd like to stay for questions and comments, then we can do that. Okay, so as I mentioned before, that's if you go to another Qigong class or retreat or teach or something, that is most likely the way that it'll be taught. There'll be a series of movements, and many classes in America, you may be signing up for a 12-week class that meets once a week. You'll do those same movements every single time for the whole 12 weeks. That's usually how it's taught. And then the next class will be on a different set of movements. So breathing Earth Qigong tends to be more free form. And partly that's just because that's the way it's developed, and partly it's because it's very integrated with the Buddhist Dharma. So it's used to transmit the Dharma through the body, and that's unusual for Qigong.
I liked how some of the postures were very reminiscent of postures in the standing meditation that we've done, or added movement to them. And it's kind of nice to have something like this in your back pocket, like when you want to do a sequence of stuff. It would take me a while to learn the sequence, because just ask Joan, I'm not a natural dancer.
Mm-hmm.
So memorizing movements can be take me a while, but I get there eventually.
If you just take notes and just write like 1 or 2 words about what each move is. You already know boat rowing.
Yeah.
You know, moving eastward, you know, twirling, you know, most of those
Yeah,
at
there
least
were
have.
maybe two or three that seemed new, but
Right. So
in the
then,
major
so then
ones.
it's just a matter of just reminding yourself what the move is and then doing it. And I, you know, because I like all those moves, and I think that they exist outside of just that particular series, and they can be integrated in other ways.
Thanks again, Steve. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye, Carolyn.
Bye. See ya.
Okay.
Thanks, Steve. I really appreciated these movements tonight. And did you say that we can do it in whatever order we want? It doesn't have to be like,
Well, I'm sure, I doubt if Ken Cohen would say that, but I doubt if Teacher Lee would say that, but I would say that. Because once you get a sense of what the movement's doing, like what its function is and how it feels, like boat rowing, that's about, you know, the lower dantian, that's about, you know, really deeply breathing in and out of the belly, you know, and so if you need to do that, you know, if you need that energy, it starts out with that. If you really, then do that practice. That's, you know, and then the other ones are much more cosmic, you know, the ones that are way up here. And so if you really want to kind of expand your awareness, then do those. I don't think that any of these have to be done in a certain order particularly. I think it has more to do with what you feel you need.
yeah, okay. Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a good night. You taking off, Todd?
Time for soup.
All right, go for the soup. Okay.